Important life choices that determine success. Life is a never-ending sequence of decisions that we must make. The route less traveled is frequently more difficult, but it has bigger benefits. Nonetheless, the path not taken will remain a mystery. The older you become, the more you'll ponder what may have been or what would have happened if you'd taken a different path. Would you change your mind if you could go back in time? It is never too late to begin a new chapter, regardless of your age, and remember, age is just a number. These are some of the most important life decisions that people must make in order to achieve. We are not here to tell you what is correct or incorrect. Everyone has free will, and it is ultimately up to you. Welcome to Well Life, the best place where successful people come to get inspired. Number 1. Do you want to be a driver or a passenger in life? There are those folks who like to go with the flow. They are unconcerned with how they perform in school, what career they obtain, and so forth. These individuals are essentially travelers in their own lives. If anything awful happens, they feel helpless, as if their failure was predetermined. This sensation of powerlessness is frequently associated with emotions of sadness and dissatisfaction. Furthermore, when anything goes wrong, these people are more inclined to point the finger upon their parents, professors, or spouse. Shifting the blame on others and venting your spleen on circumstances will lead you nowhere. If you're simply interested in being a passenger, don't be shocked if the automobile deviates from your intended path. You must be the driver if you want to create changes in your life. Take command of the car that is your life. No matter what your circumstances were when you were born, you have the ability to change your life. Yes, there are some individuals who have it easy, but being born with a silver spoon in your mouth has never been a crucial precondition for humans to flourish, to succeed, to take the lead. History teaches us that hard work, tenacity of purpose and perseverance, as well as informed decisions, have always been essential ingredients in the life of many great names that have gone from rags to riches. For these reasons, it may be necessary for you to crawl before you can run. However, every decision you make brings you one step closer to success. Don't allow anyone tell you how your life should be or what you're capable of, and bear in mind that genius is 100% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Number 2. Should you quit your job or stay for life? Many people are dissatisfied with their current jobs. Furthermore, if they work in a toxic atmosphere, they may have a manager or boss that makes them feel inadequate, as if they are incapable of doing any better. Nobody can tell you whether or not you should quit your work, and life circumstances may force you to stay there for a longer period of time than you would prefer. Everyone on this world, however, deserves to be happy. Make an escape plan if you are very dissatisfied at work. Leaving your comfort zone could be the hardest decision one should take. Therefore, we are not proposing that you get up at your desk and proclaim your resignation. Nonetheless, if you are dissatisfied with your current position, you should prepare your CV and begin looking for other positions. On the other side, you may be. Number 3. Should you go back to school? We all know that it's ever too late to learn, just as we all aware of the learning as a treasure that will follow its owner wherever he goes. Thus, if you graduated a few years ago, you may have come to regret the degree you picked while you were in your teens or early 20s. You might not be as passionate about the same things as you once were. Perhaps you're thinking about changing careers. If this is the case, you may be considering returning to school. It may either accelerate your personal growth and help you make a higher salary, or it can be a huge mistake that will push you farther into student loan debt. If you decide to return to school as an adult, look into non-traditional student grants and programs. Before opting to return to school, get out a pen and paper and start estimating how much you will earn if you stay at your current work until retirement. Then, calculate how much you will earn if you acquire a higher-paying job in your new field after graduation. Subtraction is made for the expense of your new degree. Is it worthwhile? Are there any additional costs involved, such as childcare? This decision may sometimes be motivated by your happiness and well-being rather than money. No one can make this decision for you, but it is critical that you consider the benefits and drawbacks carefully, which means you should always look before you leap. Would you rather be tired or broke? Sometimes the only thing standing in the way of someone's achievement is sheer fatigue. When you get home from work, you want to collapse on the sofa and snooze. Going to a side hustle or beginning a business sounds laborious. Giving up your evening beer in lieu of waking up at 6 a.m. sounds too difficult. However, physical restrictions must be considered. If you're disabled, don't force yourself to become ill with a side job because the medical expenses alone will wipe out any money you generate. Everyone, in theory, is entitled to a good night's sleep after a long day's work. The fact is that most successful people made their money because they were willing to labor until they were completely exhausted. They may labor 60 to 100 hours per week and sleep little if it means reaching their objectives. These individuals would rather be fatigued than bankrupt. Depending on your circumstances, you may want to prioritize sleep and health over money and success. It is entirely up to you to make this choice. However, keep in mind that people require rest and relaxation to be healthy, and pushing oneself to FA. Are you going to chase money or love? Love is the most beautiful thing in the world. It is something that humans require in order to exist and grow, much like oxygen. Despite the fact that it should be the goal of everyone's life, society fools us into believing that money is more essential. You must, however, pay your bills. Food must be served in some way. And, in order to attain your greatest potential, you may have to give up being in a relationship. It's critical to choose a spouse that shares your financial beliefs, whether they're always striving or conserving every cent. A misalignment of financial objectives might lead to a strained and unhappy relationship. In certain cases, people must be unmarried for an extended period of time in order to prosper. Being in a relationship necessitates a significant amount of time and effort. So, if you are working non-stop to advance your profession, you may not have time to offer to others. However, if you spend too much time worrying about your selfish needs, you risk ruining a wonderful relationship. Alternatively, your drive to gain money may not be greedy, especially if you are attempting to meet the requirements of your family. There is no correct answer to this question, but it is one that you must ask yourself honestly. What is more essential to you as an individual? Love or money? Serve yourself or others? There is nothing wrong with living a life of giving in many situations, and it may even help you achieve. Consider Mother Teresa, who was canonized for her work with orphaned children. Hadi ra kin ma 3 lumat jdida kant bent l9 ahba mais re kalia li anna anda sam 3a. Oprah Winfrey is well known for her charity. They all found a way to live a life committed to the service of others, but it also aided their success. One of the most significant advantages of accumulating money is the ability to utilize it to help people and society as a whole, whether via direct gifts or funding for things like vaccine research. On the other hand, giving too much to others might sometimes detract from your success. For example, if you put your ambitions on hold to assist a buddy grow their business, you will not prioritize yourself. Consider how you would conduct your life differently if it were based on your aspirations and dreams. It is not selfish to want something for yourself. There should be a method to get what you desire while still contributing to others. Check to see if you have any time or energy vampires in your life that are preventing you from progressing toward your objectives. A healthy relationship will never require you to sacrifice your friends, your dream, or your dignity. Work for your money or have your money work for you. The next bullet point is easier said than done. To make your money grow, you will need to make a number of decisions in your life. Some people are so concerned with making ends meet that they are hyper-focused on earning enough money to pay their expenses and have fun. However, if you just do this, you may miss out on possibilities to make your money work for you, allowing you to work less. Fortunately, investing modest sums in the stock market is getting easier, which allows normal individuals to purchase fractional shares and penny stocks. Almost everyone has the chance to invest in something where compound interest can make a significant difference. You can retire a billionaire if you start investing while you are in your early 20s. Furthermore, if you have $1 million, you may place it in a money market account and earn enough income to live comfortably without working. To keep on track, always remember to pay yourself first and focus on your savings and investment objectives before spending money on yourself or others. What college major will you choose? If you are still young enough to attend college, you should consider if the degree you picked will help you achieve. Will it provide you with a comfortable life till you reach retirement age? Keep in mind that college is an investment. You will be devoting a significant amount of time and money to education, so it must be worthwhile in the end. While everyone deserves to pursue their passion, the staggeringly growing expense of tuition makes this impossible. On the other hand, you should not choose a major only because it is expected to pay well. Many people, for example, want to pursue a computer science degree, but if they have never studied calculus before, they will struggle through the classes. You should choose something in which you are already skilled and really interested, since this will lead to possible career prospects. Furthermore, the market has a tendency to discount any holdings that begin to generate too much money. As a result, there is a significant effort to educate more people to code so that the business can decrease salaries. Do you want to have children? In 1970, the average age for a woman to start having children was 21. The average age has already risen to 26. Furthermore, people in more affluent areas do not start having children until their 30s. People are delaying having children for a longer period of time because more people are attending college and focusing on building their lives before settling down. Children are also a truly huge price over a lifetime. Therefore, the hefty cost of raising children must be factored into your financial planning. If you are approaching the age of 30 and have not yet had children, you may be feeling pressure from friends and family to do so. You must consider whether that is something you genuinely desire for yourself and your spouse. If this is what you want out of life, there is no guilt in having a childless marriage. Worse still, bringing a kid into the world when you do not want them. And if you're going to have children, you should make sure you're in the greatest possible position to care for them. Remember that children may cause a lot of problem like holding back in your career, may deteriorate the quality of life and so on. All these issues, when taken on a superficial financial basis, they are very true, but it should be noted that children give meaning to your life and change your life priorities. In short, they add more colors to your life and help you understand what is important and what is not. Buy a house or rent. If you want to increase your wealth, you could consider investing in real estate. After all, paying rent is essentially the same as repaying someone else's mortgage. You will not, however, wind up with an asset at the end of a leasing arrangement. Most affluent individuals consider home ownership to be a key milestone in their financial development. Buying a home is one of the best ways to get out of poverty and build generational wealth, since it is an asset that can be passed down to children. Under the proper circumstances, home ownership is an incredibly sensible financial decision. However, there are those people who despise the notion of owning a property. They don't want to be concerned about a 30-year mortgage. If they need to relocate for employment, changing flats is considerably easier than selling a property. Furthermore, as a tenant, you are not liable for any house maintenance. You are the only one who can decide what is best for your circumstances, and whether to rent or purchase.